Hi, I'm Si, I'm the founder of COTIC Bikes, and this right here is the brand new COTIC Escapade Gen 6, completely redesigned to be the best gravel bike we know how to make. Let me give you the headlines. Firstly, we've completely redesigned the geometry. COTIC sure shot geometry. We've grown the front end, slackened the head angle. We've got the little short stem here. This is 70 millimeters. Got a little bit more room at the back. So you get long wheelbase stability with short stem agility. All of the wins, none of the drawbacks. We've got our brand new COTIC steel gravel fork. Now this is designed to be exactly the right length and geometry so that if you do want to put the latest generation of 40mm suspension forks on the bike, they can slot right in. But if you want to just keep it real, keep it rigid, this is a beautiful, smooth riding steel fork. Because it is a gravel bike in 2026, we have room for 50mm tyres. That's the fork, that's the rear end. And in a departure for the production, although we've done limited runs of these before, this bike will be 100% UK made frame 853. So after 12 years, why have we made such a big change for the 6th generation? Well, the Escapade was a gravel bike before gravel bike was really a thing. We launched it back in 2014 as a big tyre, comfy road bike, and gravel just sort of happened to it. So while we've developed it over the years and adapted it for bigger tyres and flat mount and all of these kind of things, fundamentally its roots lie in being what I guess today would be called an all-road bike. And what we wanted was something which was much more capable off-road, a bit more comfortable, a bit more long distance, but also more fun on single track and those little trails in the woods. And that's where sure shot geometry comes in. This is a big step over the old bike. Most of the head angles are at least 1 degree slacker than they used to be, and we've grown the frames by 30mm and then put these 70mm stems on the top. So that gives you a lovely planted long wheelbase, also gives you a long front center so there's no toe overlap. That was another thing. On smaller frames, toe overlap is a real thing on gravel bikes, and unlike road bikes, when you're on a gravel bike and you turn the bars more, you're nipping down these bits of single track, toe overlap's a real problem. So no toe overlap on the Escapade Gen 6 because of the long front ends, but we've compensated with the short stem, learning what we can from our mountain bikes. So this 56cm frame, if you look at the specs, will seem a lot longer than your normal 56cm frames, but the key thing is that the distance from the bottom bracket to the handlebars is exactly the same as the old bike. We've just moved everything else in between. So the key is, if you ride a 56 or a 58 or whatever size, that's the size you need. We're here to help. We're always here to have a chat about geometry. We love a nerd out, but we're also really keen to get you on the best handling gravel bike we've ever made. So that is sure shot geometry. Now the fork, this is an all new COTIC exclusive steel fork, 430mm long, 44mm offset, flat mount, bolt through, all of the nice things. What we've been able to do here, which I'm so happy about, is go back to a slim 1 1/8 inch steerer. Takes so much weight out of steel forks and gives them back that beautiful, supple, subtle ride feel that they're famous for. And to combine with those, we've got this amazing custom COTIC by Works headset, completely flush fit with our head tube to go with our 1 1/8 inch fork. Because the suspension forks that you can replace this with are all taper steerer. So if you do get a suspension fork, you do want to amplify that comfort and that off-road performance, all you have to do is replace that bottom cup with an external cup, EC44 from Cane Creek, or an H cup from Hope, or an inset i7 from Chris King, any of the above, and you can fit a taper steerer in there, no problem, and away you go. But we wanted to go back to the smooth steel aesthetic, the smooth steel feel for the whole frame. So that's where the new gravel fork comes from. And as I said earlier, lots of clearance. That is a 50mm Schwalbe tyre. So you could easily get something even bigger in the front if you wanted. And round at the back, our custom made T45 seat stays. Lots of clearance there. And even if you look down, it's a bit hard to get the camera in, but that is our Columbus chainstay, and still plenty of clearance. So that is why you can put big, floaty, modern gravel tyres. There is obviously dropper post routing. That's got a little port around here. So we've kept the 27.2 seat post because that's much more comfortable. It's got much more give, much more compliance than a larger seat tube. And as I said earlier, this is not about watts and wind tunnels. This is not about stiffness and saving 7 watts over 50 minutes or some rubbish like that. This is about beautiful, comfortable, enjoyable ride feel that's just going to keep you fresh for hours. Down here we've got our first ever 3D printed parts on a production frame. These are our own design dropouts, and also matching one over there for the through axle and the flat mount. This is UDH. This is fully future proof, so you can fit SRAM, full mount. Right now we've got the XTR short cage rear derailleur and small cassette. You can fit GRX, you can fit anything you like. But that is another beautiful finishing touch on what I just even as the owner of the company, I can't get over how beautiful this bike is. And this is the matte copper orange stock colour. This is not a custom colour. You can have custom colours, a la carte program, you can have anything you like, but that beautiful, beautiful paint over the Reynolds 853 tubing, that is the stock colour. So that there is all the deep dive on the brand new Escapade Gen 6. They're available to order right now over on the COTIC website. And if you've got any questions, drop us a line anytime. We can't wait to hear from you.